Skeppy events, some of the biggest ongoings in the Minecraft community. Events where any random person from any corner of the internet had the potential to win $1,000. These videos consistently reached millions of views, attracting a huge following. Even if you binge watch all of them, it's easy to miss all the context behind them. These videos generated a lot of discussion. People all over Minecraft went and talked about them. Just recently, there was a huge announcement that the event system will change forever. It won't be how it was before. So what happened? How did these events even begin? What happened in the community? Why is Skeppy choosing to do prize pool events less frequently? My name is Zyphon, here with Wifies, and we'll get into all that and more in the history of Skeppy events. Skeppy was a YouTuber who made a variety of Minecraft videos, from trolling to challenges. One of his most consistent video styles was where he trapped 100 of his viewers in weird objects. He liked calling this trapping 100 kids. From time to time, Skeppy would put in a significant amount of money into a single video. One such video was titled Last to Leave the Server. He also made some other videos to challenge himself in PvP against people on his server Invaded Lands. Anyone who managed to take him down would receive $100. Thing is, these money-heavy videos were not super consistent and came out every once in a while. In a lot of these videos, Skeppy liked giving large sums of money to his friend Bad Boy Halo. On March 9th, Skeppy decided to put $1,000 on the line for Bad Boy Halo to possibly win. This video did decently well and inspired Skeppy to once again do a money-heavy video. On March 14th, Skeppy posted what many consider the first Skeppy event. So I trapped 100 kids, but the winner gets $1,000. This was another one of his trapping kids videos that he did with Bad Boy Halo, but this time there was a twist of the winner receiving $1,000. This was completely unexpected to the people playing in the event and wasn't even revealed until the very end. The competition was intense, and the first attempt at the final race resulted in a tie. After doing the race again, the champion was Najira-chan. At the end of the video, Skeppy says that he wanted to make more videos like that, which is exactly what he went on to do. 3 days later, Skeppy posted another event video titled Last to Stop Jumping Wins $1,000. Once again, the challenge was hosted with BBH. The big thing with this video was how it was the first to feature an objective. Instead of simply having to complete challenges, everyone had to complete non-stop jumping-based challenges. The other big change was the inclusion of a revival. One person who was eliminated would have the opportunity to get back into the competition. The revival was N4. N4 actually went further into the competition, making it into the final two. The winner of the competition, though, ended up being Enderdon44. Skeppy's next public $1,000 event was Four Corners. In this game of chance, the winner would be chosen out of luck. Also, Skeppy continued his system of reviving one of the players who were eliminated. When there were 2 people left, each person wanted to play it safe, so they split the cash prize. For the first time in Skeppy event history, there were 2 winners. These winners were Auto HCF and Weird Illusions. Despite being luck-based, this challenge turned out to be pretty intense. One of Skeppy's next challenges was Last to Stop Running. Notably, this was a first appearance of one of the most popular Skeppy event players, if not the most popular, Rundown HD. You see, in Skeppy's videos, there were a lot of recurring competitors. Viewers caught on to the fact that they saw a lot of the same people in each video. These people became stars within the Skeppy fanbase and were cheered on. Skeppy continued to host more events, and these people continued to build more name recognition. Rundown HD was one of the earliest Skeppy stars, known for consistently losing each event. Each time he played, a huge audience was there to support him. People started comparing Skeppy to Mr. Beast because of how frequently he was giving away money. Consequentially, Rundown was known as a Chandler of Skeppy events, the underdog who kept losing, but everyone wanted to see win. Another big figure from Skeppy events was Firebreathman. He was best known as a random player from Minecraft Monday who did extraordinarily well, placing first individually above everyone, including Technoblade. He consistently played in Skeppy events and started live streaming his endeavors. This helped his channel significantly and sparked a new trend. Other people started doing the same thing, live streaming each Skeppy event that they make it into. As time went on, more people captured the hearts of fans. People like Bird Poop, Poland, and Skeppy Sicko Mode. Skeppy continued to pump out videos, and he continued to see a massive success. One of the most memorable occurrences happened over the course of two Skeppy events. During Skeppy's last to stop shifting, a player named Jark Shanike went AFK. Unfortunately for him, his mother had called him to eat. He was the first out. However, in the very next event, two corners, Dark managed not only to be one of the top players, but also to win the entire thing. He'd gone from being last place to first place in the span of one event. This was known as the biggest comeback in Skeppy event history. Skeppy's channel was receiving an influx of new viewership. He was growing fast. Skeppy hosted another corners event in a video posted on April 19th. This time, it was 50 corners. Skeppy had posted several corners events in the past, but one thing that made this one stand out was a promise he made. Skeppy was getting close to 2.5 million subscribers. In celebration, he told his audience that he would do 100 corners when the milestone was achieved. This 50 corners event was also infamous for its cheaters. A lot of Skeppy's event maps looked similar. The maps frequently used quartz blocks. This may not seem that significant, but when there's repetition, there's a guy who will find a way to take advantage of it. Ripsy put on a quartz skin so he would be able to camouflage with the wall. His corner was eliminated and Ripsy had to hide. Every second Skeppy spent in the corner was another opportunity to be discovered. It was a race against time. Ripsy managed to escape certain death. He tried doing this again when another corner he chose was eliminated. This time, he was unsuccessful though. He posted a video of his trickery, which received hundreds of thousands of views. Skeppy commented on it, calling him a poop. Poop! But this was not the only cheater. In fact, Andy was supposed to be eliminated, but managed to survive burning in the lava. Andy made it far into the competition, but ultimately got 6th place. The winner of the entire event was Skeppy's. Keep that in mind. This fact will be important later on. Skeppy's events were some of the biggest things in all of Minecraft, yet they weren't the best organized. Skeppy was using his event queue on his main server Invaded Lands, and often began events spontaneously. This was all about to change. On April 25th, Skeppy made a huge announcement about a new server called PvP Lands.
So, you guys know how I like hosting these $1,000 events. So far, I'm pretty sure I've given away about $30,000, which is a really good amount of money in my opinion. Well, as you guys know, the events are hosted on my server, invadedlands.net, and a lot of the time, the hubs are full, the event servers are full, they're queued with like 1,000 people sometimes, and I think that's super cool that that's even a thing. However, it has its issues, because thousands of people are queued trying to win, well, thousands of dollars. There can be a lot of issues with it, so I never really expected this to happen or become this big. So what we've gone and done is worked on this new server for quite a while, and I've had to keep my mouth shut about it until now. I bring you pvplands.net. This is where every single event is going to be hosted from now on. Once you join the server, you click the compass, you click event, and you see when the next event is and what that event is and for how much money it is. You're welcome, all the people who have complained to me for the past 9 years. We need it to be daytime. There we go. So yeah, pretty much now on that server, there are game modes you can play too, and you can queue for the event server as you're playing like Kit PvP or Skyblock or whatever you want to play, just so that you don't have to wait and do nothing in the hub. I am extremely happy how this turned out and that it's finally coming out now, because now with that server, hopefully, you know, if it gets donations and stuff, I plan on doing $1,000 events, but for, well, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, maybe even 5,000 one day, who knows, but that's if the server does well. I will stop taking your time now, but pretty much all I wanted to say is if you want to play in the events, you join that server, and there are ranks that you can get if you want to support the server, basically putting the prize pools even higher for these events. So I would really appreciate it if you did, and it will secure you a spot in the events if you decide to get a rank for queuing up for the events.
This change saw mixed public reception, but that's something we'll get into shortly. Skeppy hosted a last to fail water drop event, where the winner was a user named Dazzler. In the next day's event, last to leave the circle, Dazzler made it into the final 2 again, against none other than Rundown HD. This was Rundown's big chance to finally win an event. They got into a Discord call with Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo, and prepared to run around the circle. This could be it. The two started running, and Rundown fell. Dazzler had not only won a second time, but he won 2 events in a row. Under normal circumstances, this fact should have made Dazzler one of the most popular Skeppy stars, but that's not what happened. There was a rumor that Dazzler had made a deal with Rundown, that if they were the last 2 competitors left, Rundown would throw the competition in return for a portion of the winnings. As the rumor went, Rundown purposely lost to hold up his end of the deal. Here's the thing, as far as we know, it was just a rumor. Dazzler said that there wasn't any deal ever, but Rundown insists that there was. Regardless of if it's true or not, one thing was for certain, and that is, people really began to dislike Dazzler. He was seen as a scammer. Dazzler was targeted in future competitions. It even went as far as getting Bad Boy Halo to eliminate him. During Skeppy's event, Last to Stop Swinging, each competitor was supposed to repeatedly punch without stopping. Dazzler made it into the top 5. In a brief moment, Dazzler stopped, and people immediately spammed Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo to eliminate Dazzler, linking to his livestream. That's right, people were there live, waiting to pounce. Dazzler was caught and cut from the competition, but wait. If Dazzler almost got away with not punching, was there anyone else who managed to get away with it too? As it turns out, the winner of the event, Inquest, generated quite a bit of discussion. In Skeppy's video, Skeppy missed Inquest not punching for a very brief moment. People noticed and tried getting him to do something, but that was impossible. This video was pre-recorded and the prize money was already given away, but it did encourage Skeppy to be more cautious in the future. Rundown was now getting a lot of attention and decided to direct it to his YouTube channel. Not only that, but Rundown and Dazzler both partnered with a server called FitMC to host events. The two temporarily settled their differences and even hosted events together. The new PvP LAN server was an overall success. This new server managed to significantly impact the community, especially parts built specifically around these events. You see, a lot of ambitious Skeppy fans who wanted to play in the events joined Discord servers to find out when they happened. These servers were especially important in the days before PvP LANs, when events happened spontaneously. Here is Wifies, who has a lot to say about these Discord servers.
I think that something that is easily overlooked is the impact this change of event nature will have on the various communities that have made an identity for themselves centered around Skeppy's events. I myself have been part of 2 different Skeppy event Discord servers. Both had slightly different ways of coping with these new changes, which I find quite interesting. The first server, called Skeppy Event Community, is far more popular, boasting over 7,000 members. Included are many of the winners of past events like Dazzler, Poland, Intuit, and Birdcoop, to name a few. The server was created by user Scap on March 25th, 2020. Scap mentioned how he saw other users talking about different events on the Invaded Lands Discord, some being helpful and some spreading misinformation. After speaking with a few friends, Scap created the server in hopes of making a community dedicated to letting people know about the upcoming and past events. The server would notify players as to when an event was about to begin on Invaded Lands, going on to later adapt to the new PvP Lands queue system. The server also patrolled event co-runner Bad Boy Halo's Twitter and live streams for updates regarding future events. By sharing with friends and advertising help in the Invaded Lands Discord, the server was able to take off in popularity, helping many new players learn about, enter, and win Skeppy's events. While the server generally went well, there was a period of time where Dazzler, a 3-time event winner, got into some beef with Skepp's community. According to Skepp, Dazzler was unhappy with the rules of the Skeppy event community, so he decided to make his own alerts Discord. This would have been fine on its own, but Dazzler was said to have advertised his Discord repeatedly and joined public voice chats just to screen share his new server. Eventually though, Dazzler ended up deleting his Discord server, and the beef didn't come up again.
The Skeppy Alerts Discord may not be as active as it once was, but it continues to engage active Skeppy fans. Skeppy eventually got around to hosting his 100 Corners event, uploading the video on April 29th. Not only was this a huge event, but it came with a bit of controversy. You see, the winner was Skeppy's, the same person who won the 50 Corners event. 2 events that were games of pure chance. There was a 1 in 200,000 chance of this happening, and yet it did. Some people were quick to accuse Skeppy's of cheating. It was just unbelievable. That's how unlikely this scenario even was. Skeppy cleared Skeppy's name during his unposted 14 Corners event, showing that Skeppy's is indeed capable of getting out. Still, this managed to stir up conversation. At this point, PvP Lands was still a new server trying to find a footing. However, there were concerns about the queue system. There was a priority queue system where buying a pass would give you priority in the queue. So many people bought them that you needed any pass to even have a chance at getting into the event. Bronze became so common, it was worthless. And then Silver. You had to spend money to even have a chance at winning the prize. Some people were concerned that the system resembled gambling. Complaints piled up and Skeppy had to do something. And quick. Eventually, he addressed it all in a now unlisted video.
So I trapped 100 kids and gave away $1,000. So I did this video, it sort of blew up more than I thought it would. And I'm like, oh hey, that's kind of cool. Let me try again. And then I did it again and again and again. And as you guys know, I've been doing challenges, giving away money. So that's been fun. The events itself are really fun to host, and obviously the videos perform pretty good. So I kind of got the mindset like I'm gonna keep doing it. And obviously doing these, it's giving away like thousands of dollars every day, which wasn't really like an issue because I'm like, okay, which I think I gave away like $30,000, I think. And this was before we opened PvP Lands and accepted any sorts of donations or anything. So at some point in time, I was like, okay, I probably need to figure out like a more structured system that works to the point where I can also do higher prize pools for these events and not really worry, I guess, about giving away this much money, because obviously like anyone can see that it's like a pretty large amount of money. So that's how this server came up. I said, okay, I'm pretty much just gonna open a server dedicated to events, these events right here, and we basically opened a ranking / tier system, which I'm sure everyone knows about now, where if you wanted to, you could purchase a tier to secure a spot in the event. And this basically means, okay, you're helping support the event so you get a spot. It was really nothing more than that, and I expected, I don't know, like a few people, like maybe like 50. I thought 50 was a lot of people to sort of support this, because like obviously it's a chance that you're gonna win. It doesn't mean you're going to win. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, this will really help fund the events in a way. Obviously not entirely, but like it'll ease a little bit of like the process of how it works. But then when we opened the server, and this is a good thing obviously from a like revenue standpoint and how the server works, a lot more people actually ended up buying these ranks to the point where it's very, very difficult to play if you aren't donating or if you aren't buying a rank, which I realized that. And I also realized that not everyone is willing to donate money to like have a chance at playing. And then that's when we ran into like tons of people, you know, mad, angry that, you know, it's paid to play. I waited all day in the queue and I still never got a position, stuff like that. I'm sure you guys have seen it or know what I'm talking about, which now puts me in a place like, oh, what do I do now? Because it's like people have paid, so now they expect to play. So what if we took this event system and went to Invaded and added another column here purely for events where there's no ranking system, there's no tier system, it's first come, first serve, and there'll probably be about 5 servers or so with events that state exactly when the event is, blah, 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 all the same details. The only difference is that it's for either a different prize that I want to give away or Bycraft store credit, but there will be some sort of prize.
In the end, he turned the priority passes into fast passes. a system that resembles Disney World. People who bought the passes would be chosen from a fast pass queue. Free-to-play players would fill up the server via a regular queue. Also, buying passes allowed you to be offline and stay in the queue, with the more expensive passes letting you stay offline for longer periods of time. Now it was once again feasible for anyone to play in Skeppy's events. A former developer of the big Minecraft Monday tournament, Sprock, went ahead and began a weekly mini Minecraft Monday tournament. This tournament notably included a lot of the same people from Skeppy events, such as Bird Poop, Dazzler, and Firebreath Man. This was just one of the new community events for people to join. On May 12th, MrBeast uploaded the first video on his new channel, MrBeast Gaming. MrBeast was now too hosting events in the same style as Skeppy. Not to mention, he was giving out $10,000 per event very quickly. There was a lot of demand for Skeppy and MrBeast to collaborate on a video together. In May of 2020, Skeppy started to put more focus onto one of his other channels, Skeppy's Lab. The main attraction of this new channel that distinguished it from Skeppy was the inclusion of a face cam. In these videos, Skeppy would talk honestly to his viewers. He may come off as crazy and spontaneous on his main channel, but a lot of these videos had a different type of tone. And the video I'm talking about took on a very reflective tone. This video was about the history of Skeppy memes. Skeppy dug through his channel history, which was an opportunity for him to think about the past versus the present. For the first time, Skeppy gave his honest thoughts about the popular competitor, Rundown HD.
Dude, Rundown really got subs off the events. That's pretty cool. The only thing that I found a little bit annoying is that he made his own server with events competing. So that's not really fun for me to try and have competition, but I think that's cool that he grew off of it. I saw a ton of channels grow off the challenge videos, which I think is so cool that people can start channels and whatnot off of just being in challenge videos and uploading them.
In the same video, he revealed to the audience that he was doing a collaboration with MrBeast, something that caught a lot of people by surprise.
I wonder what's gonna come next. I just wonder. I mean, I always have something up my sleeve for what's coming next. I have a MrBeast collab next, so that's gonna be fun. We're gonna host some sort of challenge for some money, so shh, don't tell anyone. But yeah, keep an eye out for that.
Everyone was excited, especially Rundown HD. Rundown saw huge potential. If he played in this event, he could potentially get hundreds of thousands of views. This was a golden opportunity for him. The PvP LAN server had a mystery event. No one knew what it could be. Rundown concluded that there was a good chance it was Skeppy's collaboration with MrBeast. On one fateful day, May 23rd, Rundown began a livestream, passing the event off as a Skeppy MrBeast event. While he did say in the stream that it might not involve MrBeast, many were upset about the possibly misleading title. Rundown gave a like goal for a face reveal, raising it when he actually did hit it. He ended up just playing Hypixel minigames and calling it a day. It was also revealed that he had a main channel where he does fake giveaways. Skeppy event player Poland compiled clips together and ended up exposing him. Even more information was revealed, such as Rundown using fake event countdowns on his main channel. People were now calling Rundown a scammer. Rundown made a tweet where he apologized and confirmed that yes, Rundown is one of his channels. Skeppy commented, upset that his viewers were misled. Rundown tried to talk things out privately, but Skeppy no longer wanted anything to do with him. Rundown posted an apology and soon blacked out his entire channel. Rundown would return, but leave again when that did not work out for him. Skeppy soon did some collaborations with MrBeast. Skeppy made MrBeast and his friends do challenges. On MrBeast Gaming channel, the two hosted a $10,000 event together. Notably, the YouTuber Dream was one of the participants. As Skeppy was getting new content out consistently, it became hard for many of his viewers to continue to keep up. Not to mention, a lot of people got bored with his events. People wanted to see Skeppy do other stuff. Skeppy wanted to see himself do other stuff. On June 16th, fellow Penguin Man Neon posted this announcement to the PvP Lands Discord. In short, the events were getting repetitive. Skeppy wanted to stop doing every event for money and instead do most of them for fun. Having done a ton of community events, Skeppy now wanted to move on to produce other content. The events will still continue, but not in the same way most of Skeppy's viewers are used to. This was not unexpected though. A lot of the Discord servers foresaw this. And here's Wifies to explain what I mean.
Even before Techneon's announcement, the Skeppy event community Discord recognized the decline in popularity of Skeppy's events. Along with asking their members for feedback on how to change a server, they also began their own parody event server, Skull Gamer Events, similar to Rundown's competitions on FitMC. That being said, this Discord still shows little signs of stopping events entirely. However, this was not the case for the other Discord server. With around 1,000 members, Chipmunk Events took a varying approach of rebranding. The Chipmunk Events Discord server began on the 6th of April, 2020, when Skeppy's events were starting to reach their peak. The server was created by Ask Benji and run by him and a few friends. That dude Bacon, an admin of the server, mentioned how Benji was treated rudely by an owner of another event server, thus inspiring him to make his own. Its name came from a joke Bacon made about saying Chipmunk if one of them ever won an event. Similarly to Scap's server, the Chipmunk server had good intentions. This was pre-PvP lands, and as Bacon puts it, the unforgiving queue system required the participants to be ready at all times, whenever an event started. These Discord servers lowered that stress, alerting players as to when to return to their computers. Also, like the previous, this Discord housed many of the past winners and mascots, including Bird Poop, Terrabra, and Skeppy Sicko Mode. Even Bad Boy Halo himself joined both the Discords. This was the golden age of Skeppy's events, and it was also the golden age for the event Discords, helping Benji's Discord reach a peak of around 1,300 members. Something interesting that Bacon points out and is very important to note is how the updated queue system pretty much removed the need of event alert servers. Unlike its Invaded Lands counterpart, the new PvP Lands queue is much more organized, telling players exactly when an event would occur and what the players should expect. Now, Discord servers like Chipmunk and Skeppy Event Community that used to tell people when to log on and when an event was starting were no longer needed because everyone knew when an event was going to start. They didn't need an alert for it. Unlike the Skeppy Event Community server, the Chipmunk server completely disowned the idea of Skeppy's events once they saw the decline in popularity. In an announcement, they mentioned how they'll begin making their own events in Community, without any more alerts or mention of Skeppy's events. If this was a smart move remains to be seen. Disconnecting from a larger entity, especially one responsible for a lot of your success, is difficult, but if done right, you will end up with a following that is yours and not only with you because of your association. Similarly, this new change of event nature also affects people like Rundown. Rundown HD continues to parody Skeppy with his own events on his Event MC server. Only time will tell if the new Discord events and Rundown server will also fade into irrelevancy, or if they will find a way to remain prevalent and entertaining after the decline of Skeppy's influence. For the most part, while there have been their controversies, Skeppy's events have brought together large amounts of people and formed friendships and alliances. These events have also been the cause of many YouTubers' rise to fame and a small source of money for the few lucky winners. Now the question remains, how will these communities adapt to the new landscape of Skeppy's content? Well, we'll see.
A video by the competitor Birdpoop shows Skeppy saying that he plans to do daily competitions without a reward. While Skeppy events are not gone for good, they will no longer happen in the way we know. Say what you want about Skeppy events now, but that sure was one ride, both for Skeppy and the community. What began as events, the likes of which no one's ever seen before, quickly turned into an inspiration for many. Mr. Beast, Event MC, and Mini Minecraft Monday continue to host similar events to this day. Overall, Skeppy's events have been important for the community, and hopefully, they will continue to be enjoyable by those who participate in them. Here's to Skeppy events, which will always be remembered. So what do you think? If you watched any of the actual events, who is your favorite competitor? What do you think about the new changes? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you'd like to join the Penguin Army and stay tuned for more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. If you hated it, don't forget to leave a dislike. Every video I give a shout out, and today's shout out goes to the one and only Winter Checkmate. For a chance at a shout out, all you have to do is comment on this video. You can say anything and you don't even have to subscribe. I will choose a random comment, which will appear in my next video. If you made it this far into this video, can we get a hashtag muffin in the comments? I really don't know, it's just muffin time. Don't question it. Bad Boy Halo, if you're watching this is for you. Real quick, before we end off, I now have channel membership. There's cool perks, badges, emojis, sponsor Discord stuff, a bunch of cool things to come along. Why wouldn't you want to buy it? You really should join. Join today, $4.99 a month. Besides all that, be sure to check out my other videos. For my last documentary about the rise and fall of SMP Earth, you should click on the video to the left. You can also click on the video to the right for a different video about Rundown HD, who he is specifically, his channel history, stuff like that. Anyways, that's it, see ya, peace.